Hello, welcome back to the shop. Today's it's a small project, really nothing huge, just one small piece, some pretty much basic straight turning, just a little quickie as it were actually. We have a customer at work who has asked for us to build him a little custom piece to put in the bypass hose on his engine. Now the bypass hose runs between the intake manifold to the water pump on these old Dodge 318 engines like he's got in his old pickup. And he's complaining he's not getting heat fast enough in the vehicle, not enough heat. So he's insisting that we try this. Again, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, but you know, I'm actually kind of curious to see what happens. I can't see it overheating in the wintertime. I just hope that we don't have problems if the thermostat sticks, that it might overheat in the summer. I don't know. Again, the customer's insisting on doing this, so we're obliging. Picture I was given really isn't that detailed. However, it does have a few different dimensions, basic dimensions. It basically has to be about an inch-ish long, inch in diameter to fit inside the tubing. The tube itself, he actually got a new bypass hose, and so what we're going to do is this is our new bypass hose for the engine. It's a Dodge 318. And so it has to fit in that hole there, and you know, he wants to bring it down to about there, and then put a hose clamp on it, and keep it from sliding in the tube. Whether it'll work, again, I don't know. Not my place to judge. I'm just going to make it work. What I need to do is put a little bit of a lip on either end, so the hose clamp has something to grip on, and he wants a 3/8 hole through the center. Well, I just so happen to have some 3/16 stainless in 1-inch bar, so that makes a good chunk of my work done for me. I'm just going to chuck it up here, and then I'll chuck it up here, face this end, bring it back, just start profiling, drill it, and then I'm debating whether I'm going to part it off or not. I've been having a little bit of issue lately with parting with some things on this lathe, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it actually is a rigidity issue. I figured I'd rather just use stainless because I don't want it to, if I use stainless, then it's less of a corrosion issue. I mean, yes, I realize the inside of the engine block is raw cast iron, however, I'd rather not add to the issue if I don't have to. Okay, facing's good. Give the edge a little bit of a chamfer here. Now, for kicks and giggles, let's measure out an inch. Well, let's measure out an inch. At least within 1,000th or so. There we go. So that's going to be the back end of the actual part. So peel the sticker back that was on there a little bit. That's about there. Again, this dimension here, as far as the width of the groove between the ferrule ends, really isn't critical. Nor is it its actual diameter, as long as I don't go too crazy. That gives a nice little journal in the middle there for the hose clamp to grab onto. And now, simple enough, we can drill the hole in the center. And then drill the hole in the center and then part it off in the back. Okay, that center drilled, so it's marked. Okay, the pilot drill with an 1/8. Trick with these little drill bits is trying not to break them off in the hole. One thing as well is kind of have to take this in steps when you're peck drilling. When you're peck drilling, you have to take it in steps to avoid loading up the drill bit too much. The flutes can only pass so much material at once. I mean, thankfully I don't have a whole pile of time invested in this one yet. It's just a simple little part. But it really sucks when you break a drill bit off in something that you got some time invested in. There, that should be sufficient for wire purposes. So, now, swap out that 1/8" drill bit for the 3/8 that the fellow is asking for specifically. And I'll slow it down a hair. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, we'll go from 1,000 to, let's try 360. See what 360 or 360 RPMs does for us. Well, that drill bit could be definitely resharpened. Chips aren't completely equal off either side, right? So unfortunately it's not balanced as far as how each of the lips is cutting. I'll have to sharpen that one later. At least for this situation, if I'm a few thousandths over on my hole diameter, it really doesn't matter. Not in this application. I know I'm not really running high production here. That's why I'm backing it out a little bit more, probably more often than would in other situations if you're trying to make money, but I'm trying to make sure I have oil on the tip of this thing to try cooling it as well. Don't have flood coolant yet, or any sort of cool mister, or anything like that. Wouldn't mind it. But it's just, as I say, as I've said in some of my previous videos, I have to get it set up first, and that just requires time. Yeah, I think we're getting down the bottom of our pilot hole. Yeah, there we are. We're at the bottom of the pilot hole. Yeah. Clean that one up a little bit. There we go. And then, actually, yeah. Then what we'll do is we'll use our deburring tool. Take the sharp edge off the inside of the bore. And all we have to do is part this off and we're done. Loosen off the tool post. Tool post over, make sure we don't have any junk in the way. Tool post over, lock it down. We're now square. I happen to know that this thing is on center height simply because of the fact that I set it up the other day. And there we go. So that's where we're going to part it off, right there. Lock off the carriage lock, and we're going to turn it right down. Turn our speeds right down. Let's go. Let's try 220. See if this will work or if this is going to completely ruin my day. Again, I've been having mixed results with trying to part on this lathe lately. Even with a nice sharp tool, I've been having issues at times. Okay, let's speed this up. Next step is 360. Almost there. Almost there, almost there, almost there. There we go. Yeah, that's still a little warm. So we'll unlock the carriage. Take that backwards drill bit I was using is a part catcher out of chuck. And there we go. So now what I need to do is I'll remove the main, or our piece of stock from the chuck. Then what we're going to do is, ouch, I'm not too worried, or not as worried about the surface finish on this, because it's going to be hidden away inside of a pipe anyway. However, I would like to clean up the end a little bit. That'll work. Okay, feel free in the comments to let me know if, as far as sound levels and such, I'm trying to balance them as best I can. As well, I got this new microphone that I'm working with, and hopefully it makes it easier for you to understand me when I'm talking. And again, it's just more just to let you know what I'm thinking and why I'm approaching a problem the way I am. Oh, let's go faster than that. We can bring her back up to 1,000. Okay, touching. Okay. Put the chamfer on. I gotta be very, very careful because I don't want to make any unauthorized modifications to my chuck jaws. Okay, little chamfer there. Shut that down. Quick spin with the Noga. There we are. It's a little warm still, but not bad. So there we go. Roughly 1 inch long, a ferrule on either end, 3/8 of an inch through the center. That's pretty much what the guy asked for. So that's it for this one. Little quickie video, as it were. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you here again next week.